Hey guys, what's up? Today we have a very nice folder, and it has been taking some time for me to make this video because I don't really have a lot of time, and there's a lot I want to say about this folder. So this video might go to part 2 because the camera doesn't take videos over 10 minutes. This folder is made by Scott Cook, and he's one awesome knife maker. A little history about him is that he started making knife around 1991 and was asked to join the CRK Chris Reeve Knives company around 95. And then after a few years he left, and he started to make custom knives. And the Lochsa folder, if I'm not mistaken, the first prototype was made in 2002. So he has been making the same folder for over 10 years, and that says a lot because with all the new knife maker coming up and all the great designs and the different type of materials, to keep one design for 10 years is really hard unless it's something unmatched by anyone else. Okay, so this knife is that knife. It weighs about 4.2 ounces, which is really light for a 3.625 inch long blade and over a length of 8.25 inches. Full titanium, integral titanium, as you can see. No standoff, no back spacers. Frame lock folder, weighing 4.2 ounces. It's amazing. The knife is a little bit special. It's a non-typical Lochsa, as it says here in the birth certificate, and those are the specs. Okay, it comes with Ace 90V steel, which is a it's one of my favorite steels because of its corrosion resistance and its edge retention. It has a really high edge retention, and it has been really nicely polished, hand rubbed. I don't know if you can see my reflection, the fingers reflection on the knife, but that's just how cool the knife is. The polish job is just been done really well. And on top of the blade, you see there has some engraving. That's Scott calls it snakeskin. And if you look at it closely, it's really awesome. Okay, it's very neat. It's not some crazy unorganized engraving. It's a very organized engraving, and it's filled almost every part of the well, all the places that it has to fill. And it's been done in very orderly fashion. The blade has a little bit of a pointy tip with a stretch on top, which is also added. So if you see from the top, it seems that it's very slim, but it actually is not, because that's the actual blade stock. It's about 3 millimeters, but the top has been rounded off for easy penetration and easy cutting. The blade is very thin. It's extremely thin. I don't know if you can feel it from the video, but it's very thin, and that gives it a very well supreme cutting ability. I've tried with a very hard to um, slice paper, those credit cards receipts, and it can push cut those papers easily. The thumb stud here, you see, it's made in 14K, well polished, and if you have noticed, it has a ring, a polished ring in it, and on top of the rest of the thumb stud is bead blasted, so you get the two-tone feeling here. And on the back, if you see the details, there's a it is carved, polished around the ring of on the blade, and the thumb stud fits perfectly even. That's very hard to do because it's screwed in, I believe, and a lot of knife you will see some uneven parts, but on this one it's dead even. Okay, that's just the quality you expect from Mr. Cook. Okay, the knife flips out really easy, really easy. It uses bronze washers, and you can see it here, there, but the tolerance is just so tight. You probably won't be able to see it, but very easy deployment, very firm, and it doesn't use the thumb stud, not thumb stud, blade stop pin, and it uses the spine of the blade and the spine of the titanium frame lock to stop the blade. That is one very neat design, because you don't have to see a little pin on here, so it looks really clean and stops it really fine. Absolutely no movement. I tried to wiggle a little. I wasn't able to. The gym pin you see here is not actual gym pin. It's not needed anyway because it raises a little bit. It works a little. It gives you a little bit of traction, but that's more of a look than function. But I think it looks really fine. It's very symmetrical on both sides. Okay, and if you see here, there are also little details, and you can see it if the camera will focus. It says 90, which shows the blade steel. And if the camera will show on the tang, you might see a line in between, or maybe not. Anyway, it shows how the lock fits in perfectly, and it touches every part of the blade tang. Some maker doesn't make it that way, and you will see that the tang that doesn't fit perfectly. Some maker makes it so that it touches the tip or the other tip, or maybe it's uneven. But on this knife, it's really even. The blade rests very evenly on the frame lock here. Okay, part 2.